Hello and good evening. It is 9:15. Off we go. We're going to do some astro. So come and join me. Today is a practice session. So the last couple of times I've been out, it's been a bit frantic. I'm in the car. If you're wondering what the reflections are and stuff, I'm just parked up at my house before I leave. Yeah, the last couple of times have been meteor showers, Milky Way at some fantastic places and that. So tonight we're going to go somewhere a bit more local. We're going to practice, and some of my astro friends are going to bring some of their big telescopes. I'm going to try a star tracker for the first time, and yeah, just a chance to sort of really practice, hone in on camera settings and stuff. So yeah, come and join me with my friends. Do some astro practice today, and I'll talk you through it. I'll talk about camera setups, capturing the Milky Way, and I'm hopefully going to leave with a time lapse of the Milky Way moving across. There's no foreground today really, but just the Milky Way itself, and some star tracker fun. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this one. I'm very much looking forward to this. So I thought I'd move away from the guys for a second because they've got all their cameras set up, and me doing a video and creating loads of light is not fair, really. So I thought I'll just show you quickly what I'm using as my setup. So my normal tripod, as always. Standard camera, no Astro modified, just my normal landscape camera. My Nikon 24 to 120 f lens, shooting at 24. Now with a lens head. And the lens head means I don't mist up, which is great without using the mister. And then the only thing I've got here is an L bracket, which attaches to the bottom of my camera. I've just got a bit of a gap. I've got the cable that goes in for the shutter release, and this is my intervalometer. So on here, sort of set what you want to do. I'll show more about that in a second, but first thing is first, let's get this lined up a little bit. So what I want to show you on here right now is how to manually focus on this lens, because I think to get ready for whatever you want to take, because that's the most important thing that you're going to need to do with this basic setup. So if your lens has it, make sure that you go from autofocus to manual. So it's there, and then I'll be focusing on the ring up here. So to kneel down, if I look on here, that's not what I want to do. I didn't want to take a photo. Hopefully, if I turn my torch off, I can see a star, and yes, I can see a star. So see it on where my little arrows up here. It's not very bright, but I can see that. So now zoom in on that star. So as I can, you can see it's on here now. It's somewhat centered. Yeah, that star there. So what you're going to want to do is turn your focus ring. So that's actually in focus, so let's make it out of focus. So if I turn that all the way to infinity, you see it goes really blurry. I bring that in, I bring that in, I bring that in. And basically, you want it about there. You want it to look like an actual circle. So hard to see on this. But yeah, you see it's an actual circle now, whereas if I was to... that's not. And that's not either. So get it to that point where it's a nice sharp circle. And then just zoom out, so then you know what you're doing. And then now you know you're in focus, and you point and move to wherever you want. So I will use my little trusty app, my Sky Guide. If I go, right, I want to shoot the Milky Way, I know I need to be pointing there. If I want to shoot anywhere else, I want to shoot Polaris, like you can use that to judge where I want to be capturing in the night to get your alignment. And that's pretty much it. And then you just do your basic adjustments that you would do with any other photo. So I always default at 10 seconds, f4, and just play around with your ISO, and then just take a shot. And there you go. So you can see some stars up here. Obviously see a lot of cloud in the foreground. I'll put the image on screen now so you can have a little look. But you can see the sky, the stars up there, and the cloud and everything else. And then we just basically adjust from there. And then once you're happy, you get your intervalometer out. You basically configure this how you want. So at the moment I've got a 1 second delay. So 1 second delay, shooting 10 seconds at time. So 10 seconds, that will obviously be a minute and hours. 1 second intervals, and then number of shots, so 75. So I could just come in there and change that to whatever I wanted to do, capture it that way, and then I just hit start, and there you go. It's as simple as that. And then you just let it run and do its thing. So relatively easy setup. You don't need to have all fancy gear. Obviously that won't allow you to track, but it can allow you to capture some stuff and get started. It's very hard to see this at the moment. What I'm doing is I'm using telescopes down there as a foreground. I think it would be quite cool. I've set up, I should have the Milky Way somewhere down here. Doing 10 seconds because 10 seconds for starter hours, f4, and then ISO 3200 with a little test shot. Run that off. You're all good. Be part of the video. So something like that should be really cool, and you can just see up there the Milky Way start to come in. See, just up there, which is nice. So this is the composition I'm going for. I think settings wise I'm all good. I'm probably going to start shooting, I think, now. So with that in mind, I'm probably going to take 300 of these and see how it goes. So what are you doing on this one? What you set up?
This one we're going to do some star trials.
Star trials, yeah? Pointing at Polaris?
Yeah, I'm thinking because Polaris over there.
Yeah.
I want to get a little bit of the foreground here. Get this road as well. Hard to find a good foreground here.
Yeah, and you're shooting the opposite direction to the moon.
Yeah. Yeah.
The moon is looking very nice tonight.
That exactly. We're going to take a test shot.
Looking very nice indeed, but cause problems later.
Yes, thankfully it's a little pretty low, so.
The mine's still snapping away. So where are we at on my little pocket? I've got 131 left to take on this one. Using these bad boys as a foreground. So be so careful where you walk in the dark with all these. So we've got one on a star tracker here, pointing directly upwards. You see that? This is the star tracker 2, Adventurer 2. And then you got the Star Tracker GTI one here, fully automated. Proper bit of kit on this. Don't want to ruin the frames. I'll show it afterwards, but a real big kit. Pointing at the core of the Milky Way. We've got Jeff that's zooming in on Andromeda. See if I can get around and see.
What did we say, David? What was it called again?
Are you doing 60 seconds on this, Jeff? Yeah. Okay, I won't. I'm not sure I'm going to see that on this recording then. It's at the other end. So you're doing 60 seconds, pointing at Andromeda.
Yep.
And how many are you doing?
I've set it for 100 so far.
Yeah.
Because, I'll be honest, the battery will probably expire by that time.
Battery on your Sony, yeah? I'm not going to say anything, it's a Nikon fanboy. Oh no, I missed it. So on here, on the Star Tracker, simple to do, manually done. Then we've got some awesome stuff going on here. Another GTI Adventurer. Matt, what's the robot called?
C-Star S50.
I have no clue what that is.
The ZWO.
But it looks so cool. Is it pointed at anything yet?
Yeah, it's shooting straight up. It's shooting the Jellyfish Nebula.
Lovely.
Give you a quick show of that.
Yeah, that's cool. Is that live?
Yeah, so it shoots 10-second exposures and stacks them in the app.
And how long are you doing that for?
I'll do about half an hour.
Bloody hell.
Because otherwise you get rotation, because it's not polar aligned. It does a rough track of it, as if it was tracking the moon or the sun or planets. But it won't do a great job on stuff that's moving across the equinox. So you only get about 30 minutes, which is why small targets are good when you come to edit it.
Yeah.
You can crop it right down, remove the bad rotation, and then just get what you've got.
Very nice.
In the middle there.
So does it shoot wide or does it shoot narrow?
Oh, I think we're right in the way of that one. Very narrow.
Don't want to be in the way of them, do we? So we go. That's the setup for now. Yeah. See how this goes. Hopefully, if this time it goes well, I can show you this at the end of the video. And then I might try something else after I've taken this bunch and see what we do from that. I might just try and take a part of the Milky Way. So just going to use a bit of your... So what we are just over an hour into shooting and we have a problem. These things. Clouds are coming in. Blocking it all out now. I've got 50 left from 300. See how that time lapse goes. I think it'll look good, but I definitely think I'm at the point where I'm probably not going to get much data now with the cloud rolling in. And these are some of those stills that I got which made up part of the time lapse. I know the time lapse isn't the best one. I'm still practicing this, but that's exactly what these sessions are for, is to practice. And with the cloud cover as well, I think it makes for some quite cool scenery. So I hope you enjoy this time lapse, and I hope you look forward to many more in the future.